Savage Dragon 21 from August of 1995. We got Dragon holding up the Overlord's faceplate. Seems like giving away the ending, but let's see how this goes. Last issue, the Dragon and the cops had Overlord surrounded at gunpoint atop his penthouse hideout. Boom! Looks like Overlord knew they were coming, so he blew up the top of his skyscraper here. Before I move on, let's note this issue's joke on Josh Eckhorn, which says his head is tingling on both sides, and he doesn't even have on any damn shampoo. Jesus. Jesus is right. That's a reference to an old commercial gimmick. So, shit. Man, Dragon and the wrecking crew here get obliterated. So like all of our dudes here, all except for the Dragon, are the victims of this explosion, which I love. I mean, this white hot explosion and like the silhouette of all these skeletons, just using these full page splashes as like this is kind of an homage to his last time the Dragon faced off with Overlord in issue 7. That was like all splash pages. So this kind of continues that theme for this rematch. And Dragon survives the explosion, and he leaps onto this helicopter. He's like all burned up, naked. Overlord's taunting him, but Dragon hops off here, starts getting some offense. Overlord's talking smack, but finally Dragon shoots the bastard right in the mouth. It's one of the few spots not covered in the impenetrable armor, so I'm surprised nobody's tried that earlier. So now, in another throwback to issue 7, Overlord, revealed now to be the mobster Antonio Seghetti. He takes a swan dive off the top of the building here, just like the Dragon did back in issue 7. We got a pin-up with Dan Panosian here. And this ad on this page is a spoof of an old Bone ad when Bone joined Image Comics. Bone joined Image Comics. Kind of a tongue twister. So Antonio here falls long enough for a recap of his entire life. And, it covers his bloody rise through the mafia all the way to the top. And then when the freaks emerged and threatened his power, he had the Overlord suit and his persona created to maintain power. And he co-opted the freaks through his creation of the Vicious Circle. Now, side note, I mean, Dragon has incredible aim, or this is like just a huge coincidence, but this, the Dragon shot this dude right through the mouth and then had him fall on the same spike that Dragon fell on in issue 7, so. But instead of getting impaled, Overlord just clangs off of this thing, breaks it, splatters onto the sidewalk here. Dragon just enjoying the view. So, the police say that's a wrap. And Frank Darling is back in charge. Rapture and the press are happy to see Dragon alive and well bandaged. Like a Super Bowl winner, he says that he's going to Disneyland. So, wonderful. That wraps up the Overlord saga. So we're going to move on to the letters page here, Fanatics. So, first off, Eric Larson wishes happy birthday to his 1-year-old son, Christopher, who's now 30. Not a lot to say about this month's Fanatics. There was that crazy long response to Peter David last month by Eric Larson. And now it looks like beloved comic writer Chuck Dixon is writing in, and he sympathizes with Larson, and he agrees with a lot of what he wrote. Anyway, there's some discussion here, but it's not worth getting into really. And then Dart is getting a miniseries. I actually have this. This is pretty wild series. And next month, the Turtles are back. So we'll check that out. Issue 22 next.